Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Purushottama Yogam, Sloka number 5. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Nirmana Moha Jita Sanga Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Kamaha Dvandvairvimukta Sukha Dukkha Sangnaihi Gacchantya padamavyayam tat. Bhagavan Shri Krishna, after the 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam, he continuing his teaching to highlight the essence of the Vedas or the Vedanta, the truth about the Brahman, the truth which is one without second. While explaining this, first he is talking about the Jagat, and the world is compared with a people tree, and the tree's root is unknown, invisible, and which we are seeing, this entire thing is only the branches. And in the third shloka, if this samsara vriksha, this cycle of birth and death and this old age, disease and all this kind of suffering and problems are there in this samsara. If you are once in this world, you have born, means you have to go through all these kind of modifications and the changes. No option. So if that is the case, how can I attain the happiness or the Brahmananda which we are talking about, or which Shastras are emphasizing and talking about? Yes, it is possible only by this means. For that sake, Bhagavan told, in spite of you live in this world, samsara, the world of the transmigration, but still you can be happy, and only by doing, being detached. Number 1 point. You be detached and you just be indifferent whatever is happening here, either to your body mind complex or to the world or to the environment or the people, but you just go through it, but don't, you just act in this drama but never react. If at all somewhere, if you want to respond, you respond in the form of the pro-action, not as the reaction. For that sake, if you have a tremendous detachment in the mind, then you can live happily in spite of. The in spite of is very important. For that, asanga shastrena dhrudena chitva suvirudha moolam enam ashwatham. You have to just cut this entire phenomenal, this world of tree, by being detached. And after that, what I have to do? What I have to do? You surrender to the supreme truth. Tameva Shadyam Purusham Prapadye. Medicine number 2 or sadhana number 2. You just surrender. You remember that everything happening with his will and wish, and everything happening according to the laws and the regulations of the Prakriti and the law of karma. So whatever the Lord given me the opportunity to act on this stage of drama, I have to just act. While acting, I am a just actor. But really, who am I? I am belong to the Lord. His part only, His power only, His expression only, expressing through this counter. So remember this. For that, you need to surrender your ego to the Bhagavan. And after that, never forget until you recognize and realize that that Lord Bhagavan is nothing but this Jiva Bhava, me itself. Therefore, Tatah Padam Tat Parimargitavyam. Just if I am surrendered and doing my karma yoga and having the devotion in the mind, that is not enough. Just following the dharmic life is not enough. I inquire more and more in detail about this Jiva also, and then the Ishwar also, and let me recognize and find out whether we are both are different or one and the same. Bhagavan is going to take up those topics also after 2 more shlokas. So this is what we have saw, and 3 important medicines like Bhagavan given. But still after that, in the 5th shloka, which we are discussing in the last class, again from 5 important characteristics are the sadhanas, are the indicators given to a mumukshu, a traveler, a spiritual traveler. Suppose if somebody asked that, how they are able to attain that Paramapadam, because in the 4th shloka, Yasmin Gata na nivartanti bhuya, by realizing which, by attaining which, they never again come back into this world with this body, mind, complex and all that. That means they never again come under the influence of the Prakriti, or after then they never get deluded by living in this body, by using this body mind intellect complex. So that is then only the question, how they are able to attain. Still any more clues can you give, oh my Lord? Then Lord said, yes, definitely I will give. Therefore in the 5th shloka he told first, who are all they? They are the people nirmanaha, nirmohaha, who are free from the abhimana and ego sense and the proudness, all that. They were able to realize this truth. Then secondly, they are free from the nirmohaha, nirmanaha, nirmohaha, free from the ignorance and the delusion. These points already have discussed in the last class. Even second point also, third point also, we are almost finished. Jita sanga doshaha. They are free from the any kind of uh, taintedness, attachment, they are free from that. They are conquered this Sangha dosha. Sangam means contact, Sangha means closeness, Sangha means interaction, relationship. But as long as this body is there, these things are going to be there. But still, in spite of these things are going to be there, they never get tainted. Sangha dosha, it never touches them because their attention is tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. They are very much focused on their goal of the life and the truth. Then, third point we saw Adhyatma Nityaha. This only we are halfway discussing in the last class. Adhyatma Nitya. Adhi Atmam Adhyatmam. When scriptures talks about the Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika, Adi Adhyatmika, 3 points they say. Adhyatmika means the focus of my attention is on me, on my mind, how my mind reacting, thinking and understanding, observing this world. So my attention is more on my mind, the quality of the mind, and whether the mind is peaceful or not. So whose attention is more on himself, he is called Adhyatmika Sadhaka. We should not take it in a negative way. Oh, he is only always thinks about himself, only he is a selfish person. No. Really speaking, Adhyatmika spiritual seeker never become a selfish person, but he doesn't want to involve or give importance to the second person or third person or the entire world, because he wants to correct within himself. He never tried to correct the things outside. Outside things, they are not in my hands. I have only control and I can do only corrections in me, not outside. So if I know that, how can I involve and indulge in the outside things? So Adhyatma Nitya, always his attention is his inner quality of the mind, and his attention is only to realize the truth. This is called Adhyatma Nitya. And last class, while talking about this point, I mentioned that to simply still understand, that means still what I have to do. I have 24 hours time. Maybe, okay, in that few hours I have to spend for my earning and livelihood and looking after the family or like this. But still, some time I will sleep. But other time, many more hours, the whole day of the life should be a tapomaya jivanam. That is called adhyatmika jivanam or adhyatma nityaha. Then in that, from morning to night, am I working as the instrument of the Lord, or I am feeling, doing, working with the egoistic sense? Am I saying in the morning in the form of puja and nama, sikhe, japa or anything to the Lord, I am your instrument. And you are the person who is making me, using me as your instrument. So thy will be done in this way, and you guide me, O Lord. and I will do everything as offering to you. And whatever has to come will come, results I will take as your prasada. Then night before going to sleep also, if I can sleep without any sense of guilt and any sense of arrogance, then I am conducted my day successfully as required. That is called Adhyatmika Jivanam. And this is called Daiva Puja. That can be in any way. It is a personal. Always the worship of the Lord, my relationship to the Lord, my understanding about the Lord, all this is a personal. So there is no any kind of comparison. Everyone should be like this, everyone should worship like this. No, it is your choice. But follow certain scriptural injunctions. Then, in that worship of the Lord, I mentioned that the 5 Pancha Mahayagnas, if you are following, then it will take care of the entire Ishvara Puja. Ishvara Puja. What are they? Daiva Yagnam, of course, and then Pitru Yagnam, Rushi Yagnam, then Manusha Yagnam, then Bhuta Yagnam, Pancha Mahayagnas, or it should happen naturally in your life. For that, I am not going to explain. In another context, many times I told about these 5 Panchamahabhutas, Panchamahayagnas, sorry. Now, then I told the next sadhana is Yoga Abhyasam. Yoga Abhyas. And that can be also according to your requirement, temper, age, and all those things. Some kind of systematic, routine, disciplined lifestyle itself is called yoga abhyas. Don't think that yoga abhyas means only doing 1 hour asanas alone. Being alert and keeping your mind in a balanced state all the time is called yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Therefore, but some practices, because the body should cooperate to you some extent. So try to take care of the body, but never pamper the body. For that, yoga abhyasa sometime. And in that pranayama again, just to keep the prana under balance, and therefore mind also be very cooperative, calm and quiet. Then comes the I told routine already. So these are all the points. If you want to say in some other words, somewhere these things are mentioned. Adhyatma, Adhyatma Gnana Nityatvam. That is what Lord said here. My purpose of this life, my birth, this body, instrument, I got it, human body. Only thing to realize my essential nature and the truth. Nothing else. Nothing else. That is the goal. That is the primary goal. That should be the goal. Then in that, you be in the satsang. Sadhu sangati revacha. Last class also I mentioned. You must have all these things are twice in a day. As we eat many times, but generally after certain age 2 times a full meal. Then 2 times remembrance of the Lord, puja, and 2 times some dhyanam, yoga, pranayama. 2 times bath as you take. Everything is twice, twice, twice. Like that, your sangam also. Every day you must listen or whatever you have listened, you take up and then study, do it in the form of the Parayanam, in the form of the Japa, in the form of the meditation, Nididhyasana. That itself is a satsangam, but especially you need to listen first from a realized person, a wise man, whom you accept as the Guru, who is talking to you directly. Listen to him, understand what the scriptures say, what is the adhyatmika pravachanam. This you keep on listen. You have to attend it directly live as much as possible. But if it is not possible for everybody nowadays, and you can listen, but selectively follow one satsang, one person, one teacher, and systematic study. This is very important, not in a random way. So all this together, so satsang is very important. Together, if you keep on working for it, one side your material life continue. Don't worry that if I do all this, what happens to my normal vyavaharik life? Nothing will happen. You will live and lead a very good and comfortable, happy, useful life. Then, after that, the new point today, Vinivritta Kamaha. One more, I am just remembering about this satsanga. Bhagavan Shankara told in the Bhajagovindam, Satsangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Muktihi. Many of us know this sloka. Satsangatve. Without this association of the sadhu, sangati, santa, satchintana, sadbhavana, satvicharana, you can never gain the purpose and the fulfillment of the life. Okay. Now, Vinivritta Kamaha. These people are diverted their mind, withdrawn their mind from the desires. Desire is a feeling, it's a feeling in our heart, in our mind, incompleteness. Why we desire? Desire is not an object to show to you something like any, but it is my inner feeling. Desire arises from my feeling of incompleteness. Now here, desires are again two types. One is natural instinct desires, means if I feel hungry, I should eat. If I feel thirsty, I should take water. In that way, so these are the routine for the life sustaining. We have some desires. If the climate is around me is very hot, I need something to fan myself. If it is too cold, I need something to cover my body. If it is too much raining, I need some umbrella to protect. These are not the we call the desires actually. They are needs. Therefore, we must know the difference between the need and the desire. Need fills us. Desire kills us. Okay? Because if once you start desire by comparing, by competing, by imagining, then there is no end. Desire never gets end. They will keep on grow and grow. Then you will become more greedy. Then you will go for a wrong means to achieve that. All kinds of samsara, more and more you make your life burdensome. Burdensome. So minimum desires, required desires, See, if I am feeling hungry, eating is not a desire or sin, but I want to eat only 999 rupees food. I want to eat only costliest food in this way, in this hotel. All these are all luxurious desires. Anything beyond the requirement, and if I to wear the cloth to protect the body, yes, one or two, three, four, five, okay, 10 dresses. But in that, if I am become so crazy, addicted, and keep on wants the different fashions, different variety, costly, and many, not required. So, like this, make your desires less and make your life less luggage and more comfortable. Nirvritta kamaha. Vinivritta. Shankara takes these prefixes. Vi means Visheshataha. Gradually, once if you are growing in the life, then definitely your wants and requirements and desires should become lesser and lesser and lesser. Then only we can enter into the Vanaprastha ashrama. Unless you renounce so many possessions and so many relations, having want to have more relations and more possessions and indulging with them and spending a lot of your energy, time and everything is the foolish thing. That is a worldly, materialistic person's tendency. So Bhagavan here instructing, Visheshataha vi ni nirlepanena nivruttaha. There is no any adharmic, unrequired and unreasonable, illegitimate desire I never entertain. Nirlepena means those now desires are not creating any storm in my mind. Therefore, I said, more, our want should become less, more you grow. More you grow. So, learn to live with the minimum things, with minimum requirements, and even getting the help and the service from others also, minimize it. Try to do to yourself. Even though we are the family members living with, but once if it is not possible, if the body is not at all cooperating, then we will take some physical support help. But emotionally, mentally, whether the people are there near me or around, if my children are here or not, if they are listening or not, I am not worrying and bothering about and not depending emotionally on them. I am independent emotionally. So this is called Nivritta Kamaha. And generally, Shankara writes in this kind of context, they are Yatayaha, Sanyasinaha. Okay? Uh, because your inner mind is now is like a sannyasi. Okay, that's why I told that gradually when you are cross the grihastha ashrama life, now you are eligible and should enter into vanaprastha ashrama. After that is generally we say retired, but that retirement really shifting your uh, family oriented lifestyle to the God oriented lifestyle and giving more time, importance to it, energy. That is Vanaprastha. That can be done wherever you are in your house itself. No need to go to any forest or the vanam. But that is prescribed by the scriptures. Then slowly in that, with your more and more efforts, you are now become even eligible to the complete renunciation, not externally, but internal renunciation, sannyas ashrama. Before I am leaving this body, much before, I am totally free. No any loose endings, no any regrets in my life. That much satisfaction. That way we call it as a atyantika trupti and dukkha nivritti, ananda prapti. If that I am able to feel to myself, then I am fulfilled. What I am supposed to do, I have done. What I am supposed to achieve, I have achieved. Kartavyam kritam and praptavyam praptam. Dhanyosmi, dhanyosmi. So, nivritta kamaha. Otherwise, this never end unless we put the end. That's why the Sanskrit word kama, in English, kama. Whenever you put kama, what? Oh, next one more is there. Again, kama. So, kama is always continue. It never get the full stop. Unless otherwise, I say enough of it. Alam. Then Bhagavan says the next one, last but one, fifth one. Free from the pairs of opposites or pairs of complementaries. Bhagavan giving the example of the Sukha and Dukkha. We are many times talking about this in Gita also, in many other satsangs also. The entire world of this Namarupa Prapancha is a combination of dvandvas only, pairs of complementaries or opposites. Everything, sukha, dukkha, day, night, profit, loss, praise, abuse, health, disease, everything, everything in pairs. Now, if they are natural in this world for everybody, everywhere, and they will constantly keep on change, then what I have to do? Let me again here tolerate, accept, let me have more and more titiksha without any murmuring and grumbling, complaining. I accept the things as they come. Because they will come, they will go. This is the coming and going is the law in this world. That's why people will come and people will go. That means people will born and people will die. Body has come, body will go. Go. Anything, everything. So let us not get react or get attached to any of these pairs of opposite dvandvas. Raga, dvesha, kama, krodha. Okay, anything. So once if you are free from the sukha dukkha sangnehi dvandvaihi, so priya apriya, which is favorable to me, but everything always never be favorable. But in spite of that, in that case also, I maintain my balance. I will keep on check in my Adhyatma Nitya practice. Am I get attached to any one of these dvandvas? If you check, one way or other, somewhere or other, we caught up if you are not watchful, if you are not alert. Therefore, let us give importance to that also. Those dvandvas are not torturing me, tormenting me. I am free from them. I am free from them. This kind of people only, whose inner climate and the personality is filled with these qualities, they were only able to, they were only called as amudha. Amudha means wise people, not otherwise people. Otherwise people are otherwise only. So amudhaha, that means moha varjitaha, who are free from the delusion. Because of delusion only, I mean wrong understanding, lack of discrimination only, we get caught up in this uh, Maya prapancha, Namarupa prapancha, relative world. But I am now, with the grace of my Guru, with the grace of the Shastras, I listened. I understood that I am free from the delusion, moha. Generally say we three, shoka, moha, bhaya. I am free from all that. So moha varjitaha means these all other two are also included. They only gachanti, they go. They go to where? Avyayam tat padam. That avyayam padam. Padam word already came in the beginning, and avyayam padam word also came in the first shloka. Urdhvamulamadasyakam ashwadham prahu avyayam. That word also came. Again, Bhagavan using that padam is avyayam padam. And that is going to be highlighted next shloka. Padam word, I already have given the meaning last class, I think. Padam, it is not a place. Padam word has got hundreds of meanings. Okay, the abode, the place, the destination, the goal. That's why one of the names to the Lord is Param Dhama, Char Dham, 4 places in the Himalayas. Like that, Dhamam means generally it is called as a place, but it is not a place somewhere which you go after some time by traveling a distance, because these two words, if you are not understanding properly, it leads to the confusion. Gachanti, they go. Go means gachanti, but padam means padyate anena iti. That means which makes us to abide in that. Makes us to abide. Gachanti makes us to reach. Here reach also gam dhatu, or that pad dhatu is the padyate anena iti, and means it surely definitely makes us to abide in that our own self, the truth. Gachanti, gam dhatu also Gnanardhakam. They attain the self-knowledge. Gam, Gachati, the dictionary normal meaning root, but there is another meaning also, that Gam Dhatu is Gnanardhakam, Gnana Nirupanam. That also. So therefore, it is not in a time or space or distance, any object. Then further Bhagavan will explain that etat padam punaha vishishyate. That padam word now I need to explain to you. What is exactly? You are saying that it is not outside. Bhagavan didn't say all that, but further understanding will come to know. It is not outside. You need not to travel and reach. It is not no, going to happen in the posthumous, after some time. But for a otherwise person, aviveki, as long as he didn't catch this essence of this teaching, for him still, okay, after I listened maybe more and more, after 2 years, after completing of the 18 chapters, I will reach, I will understand. Reach means what? Understanding only. So, in the Vedanta Shastra, going and reaching, attaining, all this is equal to understanding. Where understanding takes place? In my intellect. Because now, up to now, I am wrongly understood about myself, wrongly understood about the world and the Ishvara. So this Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, if it is not understood clearly, I am very clearly in the samsara. It is sure that I am a samsari, sufferer. But if these three things are understood properly and the relationship together, everything, then you are free from the moha varjitaha. You are the amudaha. Muda. Therefore, this padam avyayam, okay, avyayam is already we told in the before itself, which cannot be uh, reduced, which cannot be measured, which can never disappear, and no time, space, object, deshatah, kalatah, vastutah, nothing affects that gnanam, that sadvastu, Brahman. Therefore, that padam is now again praised by saying like this, Sloka number 6, न तद्भासयते सूर्यः न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. Arjuna, the padam about which I am talking, that there I will give you the general meaning of the words first, and then we'll see what really we have to derive the inner meaning. Surya, the sun, which is illumining this entire Jagat, he cannot make that truth, Satyam, to shine. Tad dhama na bhasayate suryaha. Here, dhama word is used instead of padam. Both are referring to the same meaning, but dhama means dha is root which indicates that shining, which is chaitanyam. Shining means again not like a light. Tad dhamam, sun, that shining, which is the cause of even the suns to shine, that cannot be shined by, showed by the sun. Sun cannot illuminate that dhama, that because that is the shining of all the shinings. Sarva prakashaka swarupam. Therefore, dhama word is also important. Therefore, chaitanyam or consciousness is called dhama. Dha, dhyau, dhyu, dhyotanat, because of its self-illumined. Self-illumined. So, Surya cannot make that truth, that dhamam, that padam which I am talking, cannot make it to shine. Then, okay, then moon can make it to shine? No. Moon itself is borrowing the light from the sun. Then how he can make the uh, even moon cannot shine, make the sun to shine because he is borrowing. In fact, both of them are borrowing from that dhamam, Paramatma or Brahman consciousness. Then what to talk about the local fire? That means generally here, which are all the shining things we know, all of them, this fire or moon or the sun cannot illuminate, cannot make that dhamam to, because you may misunderstand that when I said dhamam, the place, padam or gachanti, oh, that is, there is a place. So that place is illumined by whom? Now, whole Jagat is illumined by the sun. Like that you will ask. But I am saying that a sun cannot illuminate, moon cannot illuminate, and Pavaka also, fire also. Now, this is Bhagavan's explanation from the Adi Daivika level. Adi Daivika level. Now, when we take and apply into the Adhyatmika level, now see here. Here, the sun is known by me through my eyes. The presiding deity of the eye is Lord Sun. Therefore, the connection. Now, doubt will come whether sun is illumining my eye or eye is illumining the sun. To say, in fact, even though sun is the presiding deity of the eye, but this eye is supported by the consciousness. Therefore, that eye is making this physical eye to see the sun. Or to understand, this physical eye is illumined by, we said, because of the presiding deity is the sun. Okay, I close the eyes. Then I am not able to see the any light. If I close the eyes, I cannot see the sun shining sun. But still, I can see the darkness. I can see the darkness. The darkness is seen by whom? Eyes cannot see the darkness, please remember. In utter darkness, you keep the eyes open. You think that eyes are seeing the darkness? Or you close the eyes, there is darkness always. Who is knowing? Yes, there is a darkness. Who is knowing that? If sun is presiding deity of the eyes are able to see only the light, but darkness also seen by something, that is I, the Chaitanyam. In fact, that I, Chaitanyam alone, behind these eyes, making the eyes to function, through that to see the Lord Sun. So this is the way thinking from the Adhyatmika standpoint. Now by saying Bhagavan referring to the sun, what he means? Now here, one sense organ. Now you take any sense organ, 5 sense organs, all are illumined by, functioning by different presiding deities are there. But if you take from this Adhyatmika standpoint, the 5 cannot reveal the truth or the consciousness. I, the Chaitanyam, who is behind all these five sense organs. I am illuminating them, but they cannot illuminate me. That is the meaning. Now, by saying the third word we'll take, by saying the pavakaha, the fire, what meant is even my karmendriyas, the organs of actions also cannot reveal and find out that. Because the Agni, Pavaka, is the presiding deity of the tongue. Tongue means not the Varuna Devata, here speaking tongue. Tongue will do two functions, no? So speaking tongue, the Vak. So Vak represents all the five organs of the actions. They also cannot reveal and make the me, the Chaitanyam, to shine. Now come to the third. Then what else is there? Mind is there. The mind's presiding deity is the moon. Therefore, Bhagavan mentioning is only one. Now, if you take it from the standpoint of the Adhyatma vision, Adhyatmic angle, the mind has got four parts, four facets, four faculties, that Mano, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. Any of these four also, the mind also cannot reveal or make the consciousness to shine. Exactly these words, this thought only told by many Upanishads. Na chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, no manaha. All the three has come. But here Bhagavan, instead of saying that in that way, he is telling Surya and moon and the fire. That only I explained to you now. Na vak gacchati, na chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, no manaha. Therefore, any of these things, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saham, any of these senses, even your speech, try to go and find out, and it cannot. Now, corresponding to the same shloka, if you recollect from the Mundaka Kata Upanishads, even Svetashvatara Upanishad, famous Arati times saying shloka, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yam agnihi tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. In every temple, every day, even in houses, those who know little bit traditional way of puja, while showing this arati, this is the shloka chanted. That meaning also is the same. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra, tarakam also, stars also included. If sun and moon and stars cannot make that, they won't shine there, they cannot make the truth to shine, then what to talk about the na kutoyam agnihi, then what to talk about the fire. Tameva bhantam, that is shining by itself. And anubhati sarvam, make the everything to shine. Tasya bhasa, because of his shining, sarvamidam vibhati. Therefore, generally we used to say, if I am not there, who will tell that good sound and bad sound? If I am not there, who will tell that this God and that God? If I am not there, who will say God is there or God is not there? For everything, I am the authority. But only problem, not knowing this, what is this I? What is its real nature? Generally, when in a day, a mostly used word is the I. Whether use it or not, in your mind, constantly I. It is like a japa, constantly throwing. For every action behind, for every thought behind, I thought, I think, I say, I know, I see, I hear, everything. I. Is it a simple thought or it is beyond the thought? It is not a vritti, it is gnanam itself. Vritti rahita gnanam is a shuddha aham. हृदय कुहर मध्ये केवल ब्रह्ममात्रम अहमहमीति साक्षादात्मरूपेण भाति. Therefore, we have to travel still and understand all these barriers we are now crossing one by one, one by one. Now, after up to this, Bhagavan talked about the only body level, physical level, at the world level, otherwise world, Jagat. Now, Bhagavan going to seventh shloka. ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानीन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति. Before explaining this shloka, one small doubt Shankara writes in Bhashya, Purvapakshi, suppose if he asked like that, what is doubt? About that word only, Gachanti, that word. And then Pavakaha. I didn't finish the second line, sixth shloka, sorry. Yad Gatva, by reaching which they never nanivartante, they never come back again. And what is that dhamam, you know? That is the my paramam dhamam, the supreme my nature. Bhagavan telling about that is me only. Mama dhamam, my, again, my shining, my glory, my place, Vaikuntha dhamam. Place, it is not the real meaning. Mama dhamam, my glory, my nature. And once with gnanam, if anybody in their intellect understand in this way, they were all reaching me. By reaching me, they never again come back into any body or samsara. It is just like that. Once if I get up from the dream has gone. Once for all, the dream has gone. That dream has gone. I woken up. In the same way, who understands me in this way, this knowledge, they are already attained me. Once if they attain me means once they recognize the truth, for them there is no samsara, there is no jananam, there is no maranam. They are ever free from all the entanglements of the Maya, Nama, Rupa, Jagat. So, Edgatva nanivartante. By keeping this in the mind, see, Gatva word again came, and Gachanti Mudaha came in the fifth mantra, fifth shloka. So, doubt. Edgatva nanivartante, it is said like this by the Lord, but, sir, the doubt, generally, the opinion, the statements, even some itihasa, Puranas, they say, Sarvahi gatihi agatyantaha agatyatam agatyanta, sorry. Sarvahi gatihi, whatever goes, it will come. Suppose he went out, so he will come back again. Suppose if you say the person, he gone, it means he died. But he go to other body in the other house. You may not see. So if anything you say gone, then it will come. Whether suppose he gone to some place, he may not come where from he gone, but he comes to another place. Later he comes to his place. In whatever way, anything whichever goes will come again. Whatever comes has to go. Whatever has gone has to come. This is the general explanation, even some kind of Shastra also, where Samyoga Viprayogantaha. Shankara quotes here from Mahabharata Stri Parva. When all these women are crying after the death of their husbands and lakhs of people died now, then you imagine within 18 days, so many lakhs of these Rajas, soldiers, everybody died. Most of them are relatives. And how much that pathetic situation. That's why that's three parva in Mahabharata separately describes about this lamentation of all the women, and there in between somebody consoles and talks. There it said samyoga viprayogantaha, whichever joins whichever gets unioned, they will definitely reunioned. Reunioned. This is the law, this is the nature. In train, we all becomes friends within one day traveling or like that. Yes, good friends. But once if the destination comes, everybody get down and go disappear. So any union will lead to the disunion. Then naturally reverse. Any disunion will make union with not with the same thing, not same people, but somewhere union. So this is the law. Then how you can say tadhama gatanam nasti nivrittihi iti? How you can say that whoever reaches my dhamam, they never return back? For that, only listen this seventh shloka. Okay, so this seventh shloka onwards, Jiva, nature of the Jiva. Who is this Jiva? Is it real? These words' meanings we'll see in the next class. Very important. Description of the Jiva, whether it is real or not, how it will travel. Same Shastras and says that a Jiva will travel and go to from one birth to another birth and like this. That all we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.